Yep, it's going. Thank you for coming to your mat. Happy hips today. Okay, take care of yourself in your practice. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Move around in a way that helps you come into your body and onto your mat. A couple more breaths. Sense the earth under you. Press your hands down and forward and your feet into the earth. Lower your knees down toward the edges of the mat. Bring your big toes together. Sit back onto your heels, child's pose. On your inhale, shift your weight forward into a variation of up dog. Keep the arms straight. Bring your heels towards your butt. Broaden your collarbones and lift your low belly in and up. Exhale, child's pose. 2 more like that. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back, spine long, space all the way through it. Inhale, forward. Look up if it feels okay on your neck. Even just a little up. Exhale, back, child's pose. Downward facing dog, hips lift up and back. Take a breath in and clear the breath all the way out. Inhale, plank, couple breaths there. Shoulders right over your wrists, strong in your core. Strong legs, heels pressed back. Heart is spacious. 1 more breath in. And exhale, slow exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Curl your chest up. Reach your legs back. Child's pose, sit onto your heels. Make your way to downward facing dog. Breath moves in and out. Lower your knees to the earth, tabletop. Exhale, round your spine into cat. And inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let the spine move and be free. Inhale, cow. 1 more round. Exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. Neutral spine. Extend your right leg back. Straight and strong. As you exhale, bring your right knee over towards your right shoulder. Lower your knee toward the earth, but don't let it touch. And extend your leg back behind you again. A few more like that. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Lower it down and back. So a big circle, essentially, with your thigh bone gliding around in the hip socket. 1 more there. Slow and steady. Lower your knee down, other side. Left leg goes back. Lengthen through your inner thigh. Press through the ball of your foot. And on your exhale, knee all the way up to your shoulder. Swoop it down and back. A few more. And extend the leg back first. Get it straight back and then start the next one. So honoring each and every part of the movement. 1 more. Lower your knee to the earth. Tuck your toes. Inhale, cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips lift up and back. Inhale, extend your right leg up. Couple of breaths. Spread your toes. Spread your fingers. Reach through the ball of your foot. As you exhale, bring your knee into your nose. Slow it down, knee to your nose. Inhale, leg up, downward facing dog. 2 more. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Hold there, breathe in. Step forward. As you breathe out, come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, begin to straighten your front leg and fold over it. Inhale, rebend your knee, heart forward. Exhale, straighten your leg, fold over it. 1 more, rebend your knee. And exhale, straightish leg. Hamstrings attach into the hip. Rebend your knee. Downward facing dog, leg up and back. Open your hip. Bend your knee. Stacking your right hip on top of the left. Keep the weight evenly pressing down into your hands. Straighten your leg. Square your hips. Exhale, knee into your nose. Step forward. Feet on the earth. Inhale, high lunge, reach your arms. Whoa. Up. Reach your arms up. Right hand takes hold of your left forearm. Get tall through your center. And a little pull up on your arm, but your arm is strong and resist. Then side bend over to your right. And breathe there. Breathe there. These lateral outer hip muscles, also part of our practice today. All the way around the hip is what we're shooting for. Back up to center. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Lower halfway down and press back up. And stay there or a few more push-ups. Last 2 and 1. And all the way down, cobra to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Let your ribs expand. And breathe out, reach your hips back. Let something go. Inhale, left leg lifts. Couple breaths. Leg up and back. Your hamstring actively lifting up. Outer right hip lifting up. Knee into your nose as you exhale. We have 3 of those. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, that's 2. Knee into your nose. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Hold there. Inhale. Step forward as you exhale. And come up onto your fingertips. Take a breath in. Open the heart. Reach it forward. And exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, rebend your knee. 2 more. Exhale, straighten. Press your front foot down. Inhale, rebend your knee. And exhale, straighten. Rebend your knee, hands to the earth. Downward facing dog, left leg up. Open your hip, bend your knee, couple breaths there. Keep your right hip lifted also. Straighten your leg. Square your hips, very deliberate with all of our actions. Knee into your nose. We practice here. Step forward, land on the earth. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Arms reach up. Left hand takes hold of your right forearm. Inhale, tall, lengthen through your center. Exhale, side bend over to your left. Where do you feel this? Where around your hips, specifically for today's theme, do you feel this? And can you send the breath there? So our ability to be steady and rooted on the earth and also fluid, creative and dynamic, all of that energy connected into the hips, back to center. Hands to the earth. Down dog or vinyasa. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step forward. Keep your left hand down. Twist open to the right. You can stay here. Both hips lifting and buoyant, legs strong. Or roll to the outside edges of your feet, legs still strong. Right arm can reach back. Left arm really strong there. Pressing your hand down into the earth. And and your feet down into the mat. Arm up, hand to the earth. Step back to down dog or vinyasa. Where do you feel this in your hips? You can move them, dance in them. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step forward. Right hand stays down, twist open to the left. Reach back, roll to the edges of your feet. Couple breaths there. Real strong in the right arm. Roll the front of the shoulder away from your ears, from your face. Keep the front of the shoulder open. Reach your arm up, hand down. Step back, down dog or vinyasa. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your nose. Right ankle on your left thigh. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Figure four. Figure four. Left knee can bend. And if your hands can't touch the mat easily, bring your hands to your hips. And sit your hips back, ankle, right ankle pressing into the top of your left thigh. One more there. Hands to your hips if they're not. Lift your chest up. Reach your arms up. Right knee lifts up. Keep your right foot up. Right knee level with your right hip. Hands to your heart. Standing split, step forward. Hands all the way down to the mat. And in standing splits today, open your hip. Stack your right hip on top of the left and bend your knee. And maybe lift your left hand and reach back, take hold of your foot. One more breath. Just one more. Release your foot, straighten your legs, square your hips, cross your right leg all the way behind the left, and fold over your legs. You can walk your hands to the right or to the left, exploring the possibilities of the pose, exploring the sensation with curiosity, and shaping it to serve you. Keep your legs crossed, walk your hands forward to downward facing dog. Plank with your legs crossed. Stay there, or 5 times lower, and press back up. Use your legs, keep them strong. Inner thighs can hug together. That was 3, I think. 2, one more. 1, right leg up and back. Open your hip, bend your knee. Maybe flip your dog around. Right foot lands behind you, lift your hips up. If you got a wall, you can use it. Press your hand into it. Ribs up, belly in. Back to downward facing dog. Feet hip distance apart or wider. Hands shoulder distance apart or wider. Inhale, left leg lift. Same thing on this side, knee into your nose. Ankle to your thigh, figure 4. Walk your hands back. And about 5 breaths there. Find your best hip stretch while balancing. So you gotta use your hip muscles to help steady in the balance. And simultaneously we're stretching, we're opening. This practice continuously offers us that opportunity to be steady and fluid, grounded and flowing. Hands to your hips, lift your chest up and rise up. Left knee comes up level with your hip, arms Reach up, hands to your heart, standing splits, tip forward. Left leg high. Open your hip, bend your knee. This time maybe the right hand reaches back. Steady and fluid. What does that feel like in you? Do you have a tendency to be more steady, more earthy, or more fluid? And could you invite in more of the other? Straighten your legs, square your hips, cross your left leg behind the right and fold. Couple of breaths. Walk your hands forward, keep your legs crossed. Down dog, plank pose, legs crossed. Stay there or 5 times lower. Hug your legs together. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down dog, left leg up. Open your hip, bend your knee. Maybe flip your dog around. Left foot lands behind you. Hips press up. Tailbone lengthens towards your heels. Strong in your core. Use the earth, press into the ground to find space and lift up. Left arm out, back around to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Dhanurasana, bow pulling pose. Bend your knees. Reach back, take hold of your feet or your ankles, or arms can stay alongside you. Press your hips down and then lift up. Lift up, hips press down, inner thighs really active and lifting up so that the knees don't go wider than your hips. And lower, exhale. One ear on the mat, arms alongside you. Hands underneath your shoulders, chin on the mat, tuck your toes, press up to plank and back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Slow as you can, bring your right knee towards your right elbow and your right foot towards your left wrist. And turn it into pigeon. Place the shin bone down and wiggle into it. Wiggle into it. I like to tuck my back toes under. Even lift my back knee for a moment, guiding my hips to point forward. And as you're ready, you can walk the hands, the arms forward. 5 breaths there. In pigeon pose, bit of action in your shin bone pressing down. And drawing your outer right hip back. Allow the body to open. One more breath. Walk your hands back in, step back to down dog, Vinyasa, if you'd like. Other side, left leg lifts. Slow it down. Knee to your left elbow, foot to your right wrist. Pigeon pose. Pigeon pose. Back toes can tuck. Guide your hips to point forward. You can always place a pillow, a block, blanket under your left hip to help the hips be more evenly leveled. Walk your hands forward as you're ready. Certainly a little bit of effort in the pose is okay, but doing our best to move out unnecessary tension or holding. An opportunity always as we practice to notice where we're gripping, where we're using energy that's not efficiently being used. We're gripping onto something in the body, grasping onto something in the mind. And using the body in this mind-body practice, using the body to soften. Ultimately, it helps the mind soften and the heart open. Walk your hands back in, down dog or vinyasa. Look forward, come to a seat, and roll all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Happy baby. Couple breaths, happy baby. You can rock it side to side. Maybe straighten a leg or both. Knees back into your chest. Knees fall to the right. Easy twist. You can open your left arm out to the left. One at a time, knees to center and over to your left. Right arm can go out to the right. Allow the practice to nourish you and to open you. It's medicinal. It's medicinal if we show up with presence and kindness and compassion and discipline. The practice is medicinal. Knees to center. Make your way into Shavasana. You can stop in another pose if you'd like. Just a couple minutes here. Arms can be alongside you or rest your hands on your belly. And in this couple minutes, doing your best to let your body drop, your bones sink toward the earth, your muscles to soften. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you can, as long as you want to. When you're ready, begin to awaken your breath and your body. Gradually make your way up to a seated position. Hands come together at your heart center. Thank you so much for showing up onto your mat, for doing your practice, your work. May all benefit. Namaste.